Damien, how do you sum up that?
A horrible night. 2 points dropped. Not a point gained, 2 points dropped. And it's learning for everyone. You can't start games off like that. Poor, slowly, no intent in our game. 1-0 down after 2 minutes, and it's always going to be an uphill task against Drogheda after that because they're just going to sit in.
You made 3 changes at half time. You must have been happy with how the changes, because it looked like if there was to be another goal in the game, it would have come from us.
Yeah, I would have done an awful lot more. We obviously need to save a couple for later on in the game. Yeah, they made an impact, and credit to them. Listen, we've created chances to go win the game. We deserve to win the game, but we don't, and yeah, not nice.
Is that the frustrating part? Is that if just one of those chances fall, we're out of here with 3 points, and it's a completely different outlook, I suppose.
You can look at it that way, but all I'm looking at is the first half and what we're promising each other and what we're going to do and how we're going to approach the game, how we're going to start the game, and we don't. That's all I'm really thinking about. So yeah, you can say reaction, subs, chances to win the game, still top here. Everyone needs to stop talking about this top black. Play with intent, play with an edge. You can't win games, as we've said many times in this league, playing for 45, 50 minutes. Yeah, I don't know who we think we are.
Is it fair to say maybe the performance is more frustrating than the result, particularly that first half?
Yeah, listen, the result is very hard to take, I have to say. It's 2 points dropped, like I said, but yeah, the performance, yeah, a lot more intent in the second half, especially as the game wore on, and people deciding to run an awful lot more as the game wears on. Football doesn't work like that. You run hard from the start, and yeah, I don't want to be too critical. I haven't spoken to them after the game. If they don't know themselves here, there's no point in us being here. The first half, like I said, you can build nothing on that. You can't build a season on it. You can't build success on it, and you can't build wins on it.
The goal we conceded would have been particularly disappointing. It looked like a free header at the back post early on.
Yeah, what was it, off the wide free kick? Yeah, awful. I said it's a point of difference in this league, set pieces, and even the one that we finish at, last kick of the game. Can we get in the box now? Yeah, awful. But you could smell it. It's like I said, I called the guys over after 15-20 minutes. You can smell it off them, just not on it, just roll into town, and we've aimed at them before, and that's why we were 1-0 down. Poor pressure on the ball, high up the pitch, long clearance, taking an age over set piece. So it was always going to be a frustrating night if you let it be a frustrating night, and the players, that's what they did, they let it.
And one of the good things about this team is they've always responded very positively to a setback. That's something you'll obviously be expecting now next Friday night.
Yeah, here you'd expect it. I can't even look at next Friday night for now. On paper, obviously, yeah, we knew Drogheda was going to be a difficult game. Waterford's the same again. And if we have the mentality of just turn up, we'll get rolled over.
You have a dressing room and a staff full of players who play at the very highest level. Like you've mentioned in the past that for Dublin derbies there doesn't seem to be anything lacking in the bite and the motivation. For games like this, when you were a player, how did you get up for the games that maybe weren't, you know, the bigger opposition?
I said that to Joe privately there in the office. I was like, Joe, you know, is it that hard to get up for a game? Am I missing something? Even in the warm-up here, we've all been there as players, played many games, and maybe you just go off to a part of the pitch and you give yourself a talking to and you make yourself angry and you make yourself ready for the game. I said that to the guys, I think, at half time. Yeah, if it's not a Dublin derby, we don't have an edge. So we're going to go nowhere with that mentality, that attitude. But yeah, listen, they can go have their break, their weekend off, and we'll see who turns up Monday.
How much motivation should players take from, I suppose, looking at themselves in the mirror and comparing the last kind of few results to what came at the start of the season? Because it doesn't feel like they're putting their best foot forward at this point in time.
Yeah, well, here, if we were on it for the last numerous weeks, on it, it'd be more than 1 point ahead. But listen, I'm sick of talking about the top of the table stuff. Yeah, like I said, we'll see who turns up Monday and who wants to work hard.
Is it a time for leaders to step up? You've mentioned that before, that it's always the same voices in the dressing room that try to lift it. Is that something you want to see more people stepping into that role?
Yeah, leaders, and here it's always me, Joe, and a couple of voices. I think Pat, yeah, brilliant Pat, had a rattle off them at half time. But, you know, I think you just mentioned motivation there. They shouldn't need a manager or coaches to motivate them. They should need, I've said this a couple of weeks ago, I think, a video. That's the bit that really, 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 really grates me. I'd like to think I'm a highly motivated person and it just comes from within. I don't need a talking off anyone for that, and I think maybe we lack that at times. If it's not a Dublin derby, like you just said, you can feel it. So yeah, I wish every week was a Dublin derby, and it's not again next Friday.
I don't want to accuse anyone of disrespecting opposition, but in Derry it felt like the team were really aware of the challenge they were going to face. Did you smell a bit of that tonight, of maybe not being, you know, on it enough for what Drogheda can do and how they can?
Yeah, I don't know after 60 seconds how somebody approaches a press, how quick somebody makes an angle. I mightn't be a very good manager, I mightn't be a very good coach, but I can smell complacency. And yeah, I knew after 60 seconds and what we conceded after 90. So yeah, Derry, yeah, it's not a Dublin derby, it's live on TV, top of the table clash. Here, it's really worrying if you're not up for that. But you don't stay top of the table if you're not beating the teams down the bottom of the table. You can't pick and choose the games that you're going to get up for. So yeah, like I said, result, very hard to take, but even harder is the full 105-minute performance as a whole. Not good.
You said you didn't speak to the players afterwards. Any players watching this, any fans watching this, what would you like them to take away from your interview tonight?
Here, listen, the fans stuck with us as always. I feel sorry for them. I said to the lads at half time, there's probably guys in the Riverside there paying for tickets, paying for season tickets, and they're probably on the dole and haven't got fucking, it's a stretch coming to these games, and they die to be on the pitch. I said I'm sure they're, well, a few choice words anyway. So we were letting them down. And as for the players, yeah, I think they've a planned night out tomorrow. Yeah, go and enjoy yourself and all, but these are the nights that I always remember. However long we all stay here at this club, you remember the great nights and this or that. These are nights I remember. When your application just isn't quite there. They just sit with me, and they sit with me for quite a bloody while. That's the biggest takeaway. So yeah, to the fans, sorry on behalf of the players' application over 105 minutes. I think it was off. And as for the players, here, yeah, we still love them. We'll bounce into training on Monday. I'm sure Joey will show a video or what have you. Outside that, I'll keep working and I'll be fully motivated every day along with the staff.
You can take some solace in the fact, I think, that performances like this are very, very rare.
They are rare. Maybe it's a sign of the times that, yeah, it's poor performance. We still should win the game. If it was a poor performance last year or the year before, maybe we shouldn't win the game. So we should still win the game. But I don't take solace or enjoyment out of that. It doesn't put a smile on my face. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a hard one to take.
Thanks, Damien.
Cheers.